In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always. Welcome to another edition of what we call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper or the host of this program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty Angel Snub 7. I am your soul brother, number one. Many of us are familiar with musical superstars, and two of these superstars I would like to use as an analogy or as an example to support this commentary. And the two superstars who went through similar circumstance, our brother, we know him as Michael Joe Jackson, who parted this life 2009, and our soul sister Whitney Houston, I believe she parted this life in 2012. Superstars, icons, two of the greatest that ever done it. Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston. However, in the 1980s, we may not believe, but there was a time Michael Jackson, who has been in the business since 1968, 1969, with number one hits with his brothers, sold millions of records, known all over the world. His family called the first family of Black America, the Jacksons, the Jackson Five. But in the 80s, late 70s, there was a time, and Michael said there was something that he wanted to do. There was magazine covers that he wanted to appear on. And the people told them, we don't do black artists because they don't sell magazines. I'm Michael Jackson. I don't care who you are. We're not going to put your Negro face on our magazine because they don't sell. Black artists, y'all got y'all magazines. You know, stick with that, son. This hurt Michael deeply. And you would think, being in his position, that he would get treated differently from me or you. This is Michael Jackson, but it goes to show it don't make no difference really who we are in the world because of our dark skin, because of whom we are, soul brothers and sisters. It don't make no difference in this society. We always have to work 10 times greater than the average Caucasian or any other person in this country. We have to be extraordinary. So this hurt Michael. It made him real upset, according to what I read and heard on music, these social media videos. And Michael made a promise to himself. One day, you're not going to ignore me. So in November of 1982, Thriller, which would become the greatest selling music album ever, was released in November of 1982. And it was climbing the charts. And the single called Billie Jean was hot. And so MTV was growing and MTV was hot. But as you know, MTV at that time was basically a hard metal rock and roll type format. They did not play R&B artists. They did not play soul brothers and sisters on MTV. But music videos was becoming a popular genre. And so Michael Jackson, of course, they approached MTV and they, no, we don't do that. We don't play R&B artists. We don't play that type of stuff. We don't do that. But Michael's record label told MTV, if you don't play this man's record, then you're not going to play our artists. And Epic Records had a good majority of artists on MTV, and they did not want to lose those artists. And so because of that type of pressure, okay, we know it's not going to last long or whatever. Give us the Billie Jean video or whatever, and we'll play that. And the rest is history. And actually Michael Jackson, Billie Jean, Michael Jackson, Thriller, Beat It, saved MTV. The same music that they did not want to play actually saved MTV from going out of business, going bankrupt, going to nothing. But it had to get to the point where they didn't have no choice. You're going to recognize me whether you like it or not. And so for myself, and I watched this being part of this time period, there was always something dedicated to Michael Jackson. MTV always played Michael Jackson videos until they stopped playing videos, period. Whitney Houston had the same problem. They didn't want to play this young black lady, pop singer, whatever she is. Even though she was selling records, even though she was, we don't do that type of. Whitney Houston had to go through the same thing, and Whitney said, I'm going to show you. But in both of these examples, the artist had to get to the point where they had no choice. So we saw Michael very, very successful. We saw Whitney's very, very successful, but we don't see the business side. We don't see where they was rejected. But as soon as they got the opportunity, soon as the wall began to fall down, just a little taste, they had no choice but to recognize. What is it that we say in the black community? You better recognize. So Michael made them recognize. Whitney made them recognize. They didn't have no choice, whether you like it or not. And then when the wall comes down, then they kissing your backside. Kissing the backside of Michael Jackson. Kissing the backside of Whitney Houston. Yes, sir, massa. To Micah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. To Whitney. When the trumpet start playing and the walls of Jericho come falling down. So what am I saying this for? I'm saying that we have been blessed. I am saying that it has been revealed to us, the soul brother, the soul sister in this country. That's a wonderful thing for individuals in music. But it's even better if we use the same mindset in bringing to ourselves true freedom, justice, and equality. You gonna recognize me whether you like it or not. So this idea that we bring from this platform that we call soul power, which comes from us. It comes from our soul. It comes from our heart. It comes from our essence. We don't get it from nobody in China or nobody in Ethiopia or the Congo or elsewhere. It is us. Just like Michael Jackson was influenced by James Brown, Jackie Wilson, and many others. Just like Whitney Houston was influenced. But I am Whitney Houston. I am Michael Jackson. And they became greater than the artists that influenced them. Woo! You got to understand something here. Being myself. Able to go where those who influenced me could not go. So we are influenced. And we stand on the shoulders of Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, Louis Farrakhan, Jesse Jackson, Huey P. Newton, and the list goes on, and Harriet Tubman, Shirley Chisholm. We stand on the shoulders of greatness. But this is our time. We have to do what we have to do like they done what they done. And we can go where they could not go. It was not meant for them to go. So Michael went places and could do things those who influenced him they could not touch, as well as Whitney Houston. Being themselves, because that's who they are in their time. And I'm saying in their time, with the mindset of a soul power, when you begin to understand what we present here, that mindset crashes the door. And you will get the respect. And you will go places where we've never been before. And they have no choice but to recognize. You better recognize whether they like it or not. This is your time. This is your door. Where's the place that we want to go? We want to go and establish true freedom, justice, and equality, not only for ourselves, but be examples to the world where humanity needs to go and how humanity is supposed to be so that we can reach our fullest potential. You can't follow these other people who have been around for hundreds and thousands of years. If it was up to them to bring humanity to our fullest potential, we would be there. But we're struggling because it was not meant for them. It was not meant for them to win a Grammy. It was not meant for them to go all over the earth and be idolized. Even to the point, Michael Jackson, even to the point, it is even said that Michael Jackson, next to Jesus, the most recognized person in the world, This is your and my destiny. This is who we are. With the proper tools, with the proper guidance, the proper mindset to crash the wall, to knock down this door. And when you really truly begin to come into your own, you think that you have adopted yourself. You think that you have come into your own. But if you have, then why aren't the door? Why is it when you blow the trumpet, the walls of Jericho don't fall down? Because you're not being yourself. You're trying to be an impersonator. There's a difference being influenced by somebody and impersonating that person. Michael Jackson became Michael Jackson. Whitney Houston became Whitney Houston. They wasn't impersonating nobody. They was just being themselves. You trying to be an African. You trying to be some type of Hebrew. You trying to be a Moor. You trying to be Nuwabi. You trying to be all these things that's not you. Instead of just learning and understanding who you are. Because clearly, those things have not opened no doors for you. You sold a few records, but you don't have no Grammy. You ain't gone nowhere. You just an average Joe on the circuit. Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston became more than superstars, mega stars, out of this world. A personality, a talent that you might see once in who knows how many generations. This is the soul brother. This is the soul sister in this country. This is the position and your potential if you come up out of the mindset that keeps you trapped in a place where you should be trying to escape. So that you can go to the MTV of this earth and you gonna play me. And when they give you that little bit of light, that little bit of opportunity, watch what you do. But you can't do it with the mindset that you have right now. You have to be different. You have to come into your own. Be yourself. And yourself is not a righteous Muslim. That's them people. And what has it done for them? All these things that we adopt. Look at the people that you're trying to be like. It has done nothing for them. They need guidance. They need an example. You and I are this Christ to come into this world to be their example. But you can't be Christ-like in your current mindset and in your poor understanding of what Christ-like is in reality. They're waiting on you. They're waiting on us. But we can't become what they're waiting for, trying to be them. We have to accept our own and be ourselves. Soul power forever. As the Muslims say, take it or let it alone. You do it and understand this mindset of soul power. And the only thing you can tell them, you better recognize